Hey everyone, today I want to talk about all the controversies surrounding Halo Infinite and hopefully provide some constructive criticism on what needs to be fixed before launch. I'm going to talk a lot about the ideas which have been spoken about in the community, and I'll try my best to reference the creators as I speak about their ideas. Hopefully this video will help some people realise why Halo Infinite has the potential to be one of the best Halos ever created. I'm going to leave timestamps to the different issues that I'm going to be discussing down in the description. Anyways, let's get into it, and the first thing that I'm obviously going to talk about, and the main thing that everyone is concerned with, and that is the graphics. Now, I say that Infinite has the potential to be the best Halo game ever created, but I'm not going to avoid the fact that the graphics look like Minecraft at the minute. With these stone pillars here is a prime example of how bad the game actually looks. I mean, I'm sure it'll look good when it's at launch, you know, they're not going to launch the game with it looking like a potato. But I'm sure you've heard everyone say, the game's been in development for 5 years, this is not good enough. Or this is next gen and it looks worse than Halo 3 with all the comparison pictures. And I'm just going to start off by saying the graphics aren't the main thing that make a good Halo game. For example, you've got Combat Evolved and Halo 2. Both of their graphics aren't great. They were good at the time, but now they're not great. But I can still replay them games over and over and over again because they're fun games, and that's the main thing that the Halo Infinite needs. It needs to be fun. I'd rather have a fun game than a really good looking game, in my opinion. So I don't think the graphics is the main thing that everyone should be concerned with. However, a lot of people are concerned, and there are some good videos out there explaining why the graphics might not be as good or up to standards as you guys think. There's a really good video by Digital Foundry which explains all the graphics in detail, which I can't do, I'm not a graphic designer. But I'll leave a link to that video down in the description. They go over all the points and all the bad parts about Halo Infinite, such as the grass disappearing and the clouds coming in and disappearing at random points. They explain all this in detail, and it should shed some light on the graphical situation. But in my opinion, my non-professional opinion, I don't think the game will launch with bad graphics. I think they will amp it up a lot. There's been a lot of ideas in the community, such as the scuffed brutes, making the brutes look a lot more scarier, hairier. So that would be really good if they did that. I'm sure they will. And also, a lot of people were upset about the classic shotgun not being in the game. Someone came up with a good idea. I'll leave a link to them down in the description about changing the shotgun design very slightly and the pistol design very slightly to make it a little bit more familiar towards Halo. I can't see 343 doing that, changing their shotgun design. They might do. It would be nice if they did, but if they don't, it's not a big deal in my opinion. It would be nice to have the classic shotgun. A lot of people are upset about that. But I'm going to move away from the graphics now because I think the graphics will be fine, and I don't think anyone needs to be concerned about the graphics in Infinite. Let's talk about some more different controversies that people are concerned with now. And the biggest thing I'm concerned about is the fact that there's potential for there not to be a beta. Like, come on 343, not only do I want to play the game, I want to test the game for you. I'd play it 24/7, however long the beta's on for. I want to play it, I want to test it, I want to help you make the best game possible. And the fact that there's potential for there not to be a beta, or a beta really late on into the development, it's not good. I mean, I understand why there isn't, but they need to get that up and running fast. You know, I'm sure they will. They're going to be working their best to try and get that out. But the game needs to be play tested. It needs to be stress tested to the max, so we don't have a repeat of MCC. I'm sure everyone thinks that, and that's my biggest concern personally. And I'm hoping that 343 get the beta done ready in time. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll find out. There's not much else to say about that, apart from it needs to be done. The next thing I want to touch on is the fact that the game is open world, and me personally, I'm more of a fan of the linear missions, just point A to B. However, I am up for an open world game. Obviously, it could be really good. However, it could be quite bad if they don't do it right. The game needs to be done well with lots of content, lots of things to fill the spaces in between missions. Hidden Experience had a lot of things like the patrols, the dungeons and all of that. Similar to Skyrim, that's got things left, right and centre. There's always something you can find, little secrets, and I'm sure they will have that in the game, so the open world will be good. And they did say that the open world section is a few hours into the gameplay, so hopefully it pleases all the fans, me included, me especially I mean, because I like the linear missions. So to start off with, they could have some linear missions to explain the events leading up to the open world area, and then they have the open world section. I think it could be really good. So for anyone that is worried about the open world and it might not have enough content, I really do think the open world section and the whole campaign as a whole will be good, as they are getting the story right as well with the Banished. and the fight between Chief and Escharum. I think it could be really good, and it could potentially, and it does have the potential to be a very good campaign and very, very fun. Again, moving on, I quickly want to just talk about the gun sounds, and they all sound, in my opinion, very generic, very plain, very boring. For example, the pistol and the bulldog shotgun, they just don't have that oomph that the old pistol and shotgun used to have. Like the, let's say, Combat Evolved, for example, the pistol sounds amazing. It sounds like it's doing a world of damage. And the shotgun in Combat Evolved, it just sounded like a cannon. And then the rest of the Halos it did as well. I'm not really so much Halo 4, but all the Bungie Halos, for example, all the guns sounded great. They're all memorable gun sounds, and they feel good to shoot. Whereas in this game, I feel like it's going to take away from that because they tried to be too realistic with the gun sounds, and it might make it a little bit more plain. So I think they need to maybe spice up the gun sounds a little bit. I'm not too sure. The bulldog in particular needs to sound like it's got a big kick on it. You know, it needs to feel like I've got a power weapon in my hand rather than just some little pea shooter shotgun at the moment. I don't want to ramble on too long about these topics, as I'm sure you guys have heard them all before. I just think that 343 should have given us more, considering how long we've been waiting, and I think a lot of people were underwhelmed by what they've seen. And so I think that 343 should trickle a little bit more information every week, which, to be fair, they have been doing with the music they've been putting out on their Instagram or the YouTube, and they need to just trickle a little bit more information every week. They have been doing that, which is good. I like to see that, and that should get people excited enough for Halo. Anyways, I think the game at launch will be one of the best Halo games to date. It has a lot of potential, and I think they've got the movement spot on, as it's a mix of the newer and the older style, and I think they will make separate game modes with more classic movement to make sure that they cover all the bases when it comes to movement. I also think that the graphics will be spot on at launch, as they've had a lot of feedback from the demo, which I'm sure will help. I just think all the feedback they've received from this 8-minute demo alone should be a good enough guide for them to make the best Halo game possible. Anyways guys, that's all I'm going to talk about for today. I just want to make a quick video to talk about all the controversies and all the things that people are worried about, and explain to you why you shouldn't be worried really. I don't think there's anything to worry about whatsoever. So anyone that has concerns, just don't be concerned about Halo Infinite. It is going to be a good game. I believe it will be one of the best Halo games, as they're going to expand on it over time. So at launch it might be alright, and then I just think after a few months it will be a really good Halo game. It should be brilliant on launch, but I think they're going to need a little bit more time to bring out some new content, sort of thing. Or at least if it is really good on launch, then I think they will keep bringing people back with the content they're going to add. So I think it will be a very long lasting Halo game, and it will be good for the whole duration that it's there for. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this game, or if you guys are hopeful or not. Let me know if you want more videos like this. I think I might do a video talking about the multiplayer and what needs to be done for the multiplayer. If you guys want to see that, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, and yeah, thank you guys for watching.